He says
the Kikuyu sometimes chair or share.
He says he's a share and he's the majority shareholder.
That's exactly that's what I was asking to clarify.
Mr. Lucas. Bwana Lucas Kamau.
Yeah.
Umesikia hiyo maneno. Wewe ni chair of chairs na tunakuheshimu. Tunakuheshimu. We give you respect.
Yeah.
Yes.
A great man, very humble.
Very humble man. No, he's a very humble man. Wezi hata kujua ile tu ana drive. Kwa mimi. Jaluo jinga. Jaluo jeuri.
Ungeenda kama umepiga honi pi.
Napiga tu pi. Kwani amoni gari kipiga.
Wasungu ondoka
kwa barabara.
Mjaluo apite.
Jaluo.
You know, I met another Luo here.
Yes.
Ati ako UK. Akiulizwa, so are you from Africa? And he's like, no, I'm from Nyanza. Imagine. Ati I'm from Nyanza. Mpaka naulizwa na wazungu, where is Nyanza? It's an Luopian country.
Wow.
Is it in Kenya? No, it is in Lake Victoria region.
Ero.
Oh, you have Victoria there? Queen Victoria. Yeah. That is where I come from.
Ero. Wewe unakuwa proud Jaluo.
Wewe nakwambia na gari yake? Karibu abishane na bus. Wait. You're carrying people, I'm carrying me. Alafu gari Jaluo in the UK.
But we say. But we say fault yetu.
Ona mwenyewe. Hata huko hawezi kukuita black. You are colorful.
Lakini wewe I introduce this way to me. I am Jessy.
Unajua shida umefungulia maji. Niambia niongee. Huku niambia mpaka saa ngapi?
Hapana sasa acha tu introduce guest wetu kwanza mwingine. But Angela, she's not new in the studio. So guys, she's not new here anyway. So guys, most of you guys know who she is. But let her just introduce herself.
Oh, thank you so much, Lydia, for being here. And I've just been laughing my head off. Just here, you know, with you, Jessy. I don't know how this is going to go, but
go where?
I think where are the tissues? I did ask. Are we going to need tissues? Yeah, I think we'll need some tissues here. Yeah. And the makeup.
And the makeup.
Right, you guys.
Now, fake eyelashes because they drop.
Mine are mine, right?
Mine are fake,
but
man.
Even
but
yours are yours.
Because I bought them
exactly.
So which ones are real and which ones are fake?
Don't worry. Don't ask.
So all you have, I should just know that one of them is fake.
No, just look and see.
Si tulinunua na pesa.
Exactly.
Hey,
right, so you guys, thank you so much. And Lydia, thank you so much for giving me the honor to be here. I am ever so grateful because every time we have these conversations on parenting, it's both, I feel like there's an expansion in the world every time we have these conversations, and I don't think today is going to be any different, and especially because we have a father here as well. So it's going to be so good. So you guys, thank you for watching. My name is Angela Karanja, and I am a psychologist and a best-selling author as well. So let's have this conversation. So
what happened? Ulipotezea accent ya Kikuyu wapi?
Oh, it gets dropped. You know, it's called acquired pronunciation. Depends on where you are. You pick it up and drop it.
You pronounce it like that? You should be made the ambassador.
Lydia and I are the ambassador.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, we are qualify. Nasema wewe sasa umequalify sahi.
Hata mimi I've been TikTok. Yeah. Right?
Oh, how my darling. You know, a lot of Kikuyu that live here. But where unasikia I've lived here for about 27 years.
Yeah, but it is okay. It is okay.
Years.
It is okay. Everyone is allowed to.
When I talk that Cockney, even the English people think we are together.
We are together.
Yeah, they think I was born here.
Yeah, they think we are together. I was born here. And it's okay. It's okay to understand. It is very okay to understand.
Mzee mwingine rafiki yangu anaitwa Mr. Sid. Jiko una. Jessy, I've lived here all my life. And when I talk to white people, they actually think that I was born here. They cannot differentiate
They cannot.
Between my migration and theirs.
Oh, in fact, his must be superior. Yeah? Is that superior?
Yeah,
No comment. No comment.
I met the king. We spoke and invited him to Kenya.
Yeah.
Lakini Jessy, unajua tulileta hapa si jokes. Sasa unafanya na sweat. Na makeup yangu itaanza ku.
Hebu tukue serious.
Tukue serious. Just for once.
Bashara to Mr. Sid.
After umemchezea.
No comment. Mimi nimesema
Jessy,
no
welcome
comment.
to Radan.
Yeah.
Kisha. Naambia Radan.
Ukarad.
Your home.
Ukarad.
Even you radded. You say I've radded as well. I've radded.
So guys, on a serious note, Jessy.
I hope it's going to be serious.
No, it has to be serious.
Yeah,
it has to be serious.
I'll try.
It has to be serious. I know you're a comedian, but it has to be serious. So I know you're here. Why are you here? Why are you here in London?
Why are
or
you
in the
here?
UK actually? Because you have a lot of, you're doing a UK tour.
Yeah.
You're going to so many different places.
Yes, yes.
So why are you here?
First of all, I love the UK a lot. You can tell I love it a lot. Okay, so naipenda sana UK. So every year I try to make sure I have an annual vacation, and my annual vacation I try to make it, time to meet Kenyans. We have fun. Even mimi nataka kukutana na Wakenya huku. I met them, we tukue marafiki. Kama tutafanya biashara na wengine sawa, but also because they know me with comedy, I also try and make sure I put up shows in the UK so we can make people laugh. And people actually come for my shows. Sana. The last time I was here was before, that was like 2018. Na wengine wakaniambia, hey, Jessy, those shows zilikuwa kidogo sana. So this time around I was like, let's put up more shows so people can come, we interact, we laugh together. It's not about the money you're paying to come and see Jessy. For me, it's my heart. I want to meet you. Come, kuja tuonane, tucheke, tufurahiane. Msikue tu mnaniona kwa YouTube, ati me subscribe. Now it's live and direct. So I have a couple of shows across the UK. They are there. If you go on my page, I've posted a poster yenye iko na dates that where we are going. Actually, tutaziongea mingi about the places where we'll be going. I'll be going to Nottingham, I'll be going to Swindon, I'll be going to Belfast, I'll be going to Glasgow, I'll be going to Hertfordshire. Na pia I'll be going to Guernsey Island.
Okay.
Yeah, and so many other places, and also some Kenyans in the park. I'll be there.
And friends in the park.
Kenyans and friends. Are they coming with their friends, Wazungu?
Okay.
Sawa. I'll be there. You never know.
So but you're here courtesy of Blue Vision.
I'm
right?
here courtesy of Blue Vision, the chairman himself, Lucas Kamau, mwenye ananga ndevu. So that guy is my host this time around. So Blue Vision, the MVPs of real estate. I know them all. They're from Kenya. I know what they've done. I've gone there. I don't go partnering with clients when it's jafanya due diligence. So, and also coming to people like guys in the UK, whereby we have to talk to them, telling them buy land with this. There's no way I can come and lie to them here. So I had to do my due diligence. And can be Lucas, yeah, I know you, but where are the properties? So I went there physically. In Kiserian, I saw the land. I went to Nanyuki, I saw it, and in Malindi. They have amazing places in watu wanaweza invest. So when I saw it, I'm like, this is good. And especially the one in Kiserian, iko kwa lami. And it's next to the city. So if someone wants to build like a home in Kenya, that one would be an ideal place. Kama unataka kukaa karibu na Nairobi. They have a very nice property hapo Kiserian, hapo tu kwa barabara. So you don't hautakanyanga matope juu watu wa UK hawapendi matope. And when it comes to Nanyuki, whereby you want to go and have a home that is away from the city, you can go to Nanyuki and get a plot there na ujijengea nyumba yako hapo. Or Malindi, kama wewe ni mtu wa beach. Kama hii baridi ya huku inakuingia kwa roho, unakuwa cool. Enda Malindi, ukuwe hot.
Okay.
Yes, so I'm here courtesy of Blue Vision. Now we're going to have a lot of fun here, and I can't wait also. Yeah.
Niliona some of their properties or some of the land going to as affordable. I don't want to use the word cheap. I hate that word cheap. So affordable as 520,000 Kenya shilling.
Kwanza you can imagine sasa hivi like Kenya shilling iko weak to the pound. Take advantage. Sasa iko juu kabla iteremke. The pound is heavy. So kidogo pounds Ushagonga hiyo half a
Imagine
million.
520. Hiyo ni
Yeah.
kama 3,000
It's like,
pounds.
yeah, it's like
Imagine.
3,000
3K.
pounds, yeah.
Umenunua hiyo land.
Yeah.
And then kitu pia nakakuuliza, or I want to ask, let's speak English because we have some people also who want to hear this.
Friends.
Yeah, let's do it.
Remember
Friends
Kenya
of
and
Friends,
friends.
yeah.
Yeah, so Swahili will leave it in Kenya. So what I want to ask as well is, if you buy a land, okay, can they develop it for you, or do you do it yourself, or can they get an architect for you, or
Well,
you just buy land and they tell you bye bye?
no, you don't buy and they tell you bye bye. Because of course in Kenya, some of the land that is there, it can be controlled development. Like the one in Keserian, I know it's controlled development. So you can't just put up a very nice apartment there and then the neighbor is coming to put iron sheet kind of thing. No, it's a controlled development. That is the beauty about Blue Vision Realtors. Controlled development. So that's why you won't just buy and they disappear. They'll be there.
All the way.
Yeah, once you hear controlled development, you can trust those people because it means they'll be there with you all through.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the other thing as well, you know, in diaspora, a lot of people buy things and probably even develop the house and they leave it there and then they come back. Will they get somebody to rent it for you? Will they manage it for you? Will they be there for you all the way? So that's what a lot of people want to know, because some people are like, okay, then I bought land. Okay, they'll help me develop it. And then what? If I'm here and I want to make it an Airbnb, or I want to rent it out, or I want to do this, will they help?
Yes, they can. What there is nowadays is very easy to do business on your own. Like when you're talking of Airbnb, it's not like Blue Vision owns Airbnb. It's a platform whereby when you build your house, you put it there and you give the location. Someone who's working like in Karen, in Nairobi, can easily rent the house that you put up in Kiserian. It's not far from there. And the roads right now have been developed very well. So if you're in Kiserian, you can easily, and you're working those areas, you can easily rent from there. If you want to go on holiday, property in Malindi will give you people that go on holiday. Even Kenyans themselves, there's a lot of domestic tourism. So people are looking for cheaper options than hotels. So if you put up very nice properties and advertise them, you will obviously get clients. And if you put them up on Airbnb. So you don't even need someone to manage it for you. They're like, oh, we need Blue Vision to do this and that. No. When you put it up on Airbnb, you're good to go.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. And thumbs up for Blue Vision Realtors and our chair, Mr. Lucas.
Beardless.
Yes. Beardless. Okay, I don't want to use that word.
Yeah, he doesn't have beard.
No, I won't use that word.
Yeah. That's how you identify him.
No,
so if you meet any
how
other
you
Kamau or
identify him.
chairman with beards, that's not him.
That's not him.
Yeah.
That's how you identify him. That's not how I
him.
identify him, because he's my chair of
Yeah,
chairs.
yeah.
So I know. So okay. Now, so on Saturday, which is tomorrow,
Yeah.
you're in SCKK. SCKK is Southeast Kenyans and Kent. So what are you gonna do there? You're gonna do.
Let's meet there. I'll show you what I'm going to do.
All right. So tomorrow,
But tomorrow is
guys.
going to be fun. All our events are going to be so much fun. And I'm not in a hurry. When I come there, I'm not in a hurry. We're going to have fun. Yeah.
And guys, you know, the reason why I say this is so important, and I really thank Lucas or Blue Vision for actually bringing you over for this, because here in the UK, right, or in the whole world, we have, I think it's South Korea, somewhere that they go for exercise and they just laugh and laugh because it's a free medication.
Exactly.
They just laugh and laugh. So you coming and making us laugh is actually free medication. So
Yeah.
probably somebody who takes medicine that day will not take medicine that
Yeah,
day.
because even the Bible says that laughter is medicine to the bone. Hallelujah.
That's true.
So I am your medicine.
Amen.
It's
So I'm
true,
coming
and
there.
especially
So if you're sick and you're in Kent, you're in Glasgow, wherever you are, come for the shows.
Time for the show.
And-
and you know, Lydia, it's good you said that, because the rate of depression.
The depression is too much.
Cuckoo.
Yeah.
Oh
In the
God!
UK.
Yes,
Yes.
in the UK.
Us in Kenya, we're depressed because of Raila or Ruto.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
They
We
are
are
not
depressed
here.
for different
Right.
reasons.
Yeah.
We're all
Yeah.
depressed for different reasons, and we are also depressed. And the funny thing is, people look at us, Angela, and say, "Why are you depressed and you're in the UK? Why are you depressed and uko country ya maju ya wazungu?"
Yeah.
Fast world.
Fast world. The depression is different. we are also very, very depressed.
Huku
don't
watu wanakuwa
forget-
depressed na nini?
No,
What are
this is
they-
how. No,
what
you
are-
know social
what's
life.
happening?
The
Social life
social
is
life,
very
and that's
important.
why it's important. Why Lydia is saying people need to come out. Actually, people need to come out because the rates of depression that we see is. I'm not joking.
What is depressing people here? Social
Aja.
depression.
And you know how it is. People are lonely.
What?
Lonely.
They're in their
Loneliness.
houses alone.
Loneliness. Ile, you're not just in your houses alone. You're also lonely.
Yeah.
You have no people to speak to. You have no people to have relationships with. That's why it's
Well,
very
that's why
important.
you're doing something like Kenyans.
Exactly.
And
And Lydia
friends.
can tell you
So they can
maybe
come
where
and-
it started.
and let it out.
Exactly. And also get to
Okay.
meet other people. Because there's a lot of reclusion. There's a lot of not trusting people. There's a lot of that. So when
There's a lot
this,
of kustakiana.
exactly.
Ah.
So when people come out and realize, actually, I can have a life.
Yeah.
You know, like when you said, oh, Lydia is living a good life. People realize, actually, I can make a life here.
Yeah.
I can come out and go and meet Jessy.
Yeah.
And actually laugh about things, get to know things. And that relieves, I'm telling you, the amount of people that are
Wow.
on antidepressants,
Uh-huh.
it's staggering.
Yeah.
Let them come for the shows.
Let them come.
You're
for
going to
the
laugh.
shows. Let
You're
them
going
come
to
for
give
the
them an
shows.
experience, something amazing whereby they won't be depressing.
Exactly.
Let them come. Even if you come with friends, I'll do English jokes. Don't worry. I do a lot of Swahili, but English. Kama mnasikia ni kama naongea Kimeru. Yeah, I'm the first Meru here.
no. They'll be my friend Meru.
Let them come and I'll tell them I'm the first Meru who speaks like this. Yeah. The one we had was former governor. He used to be called Kiraitu Murungi. He was in Harvard.
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
he was desk mate to Barack Obama.
Oh.
But when he came back, he was like, I don't really understand these boys what they are talking about. The accent did not go.
Did not
Did
fall
not go.
properly.
Yeah, so I'm the only one who got now the Harvard
And the-
thing.
You got it.
Yeah, and left the accent a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit.
Just a
Kidogo.
little bit.
Hii ni ya kuhustle. If you're told there's money in the UK, will you go in Swahili?
Yeah, I know.
My friend, I watched
You
babies.
charazite.
I was watching babies here. I was like, oh, so I say bottle of water. All right. Okay. So I say a cup of tea. Okay. Uh-huh. So I learned this.
But you say even more.
like,
You
yeah.
go kappa.
I go, oh, cuppa.
cuppa, a
You
cuppa.
see now, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I invite a lady and I was like, give me cuppa.
That?
Yeah. You see?
Oh, you say to them,
Eh-heh.
Do you want a
put
cup?
the kettle on.
Yeah. Put the killer on.
Put the kettle on so they
the
know you
kettle
want a
on.
kappa.
Yeah. Put the killer on. Sasa
like
juu ameongea
this
mambo
guy.
ya some people socially depressed here.
It's
Are there
true.
some beautiful single ladies who are depressed so I can come and remove it?
You shall soon
Seriously.
find out.
You just want the depressed ones. We're about to transfer your depression. Inaitwanga law of attraction.
I
In
know.
fact, coming from Kenya, I don't think there's anything that can depress Kenyans. Maybe Kenyans and friends. The friends might be depressed. But Kenyans, I doubt.
You doubt it.
Ah.
Okay, so guys, so tomorrow, guys, on a serious note, we have so many shows, and like we're talking of depression. She's a psychiatrist, so she understands she understands how deep it is to have social life,
Exactly.
not just work. Because I know some people it's just work, home, work, church, work, mosque, work, club. It's not enough. So you need to come and socialize and see the other side of life and laugh a little bit. And Jessy's going to be there to make us laugh. So from tomorrow, Saturday tomorrow, we have so many events lined up. So just go and watch Jessy's Instagram. And also just to mention a few. So tomorrow we're in ACKK, we're in Kent. So you can see that as well in ACKK website. And then he's going to be on Northampton. He's going to be in Nottingham. He's going to be in Swindon. He's going to be in Hertfordshire. He's going to be in Belfast. He's going to be in Glasgow. He's also going to be in Gazi. And don't forget the big event coming up, Kenya and Friends in the Park on the 29th and the 30th of July. He's also going to be there. And we're going to have so many different people coming. We're going to have so many different developers coming as well. We're going to have, of course, Blue Vision. So if you've heard of Blue Vision today and you want to meet them, they're also going to be there, Kenya and Friends in the Park. So you just see their tent, okay? So that's it for jokes. Now we're going to deepen parenting. So today we're going to talk about parenting as well. So it was just to break the ice and then go into parenting, because I know parenting is a very serious topic, and it's a topic that a lot of people don't want to talk about. It's a topic that a lot of people nowadays say, usishike mtoto wangu. You know, if you talk to somebody's child, it's like a taboo. But you see, before when we were growing up, an auntie will come, an auntie will slap you, an auntie will pinch your ears. You're even scared to tell your parents that an auntie beat you or an uncle. You're scared to tell them because they're going to ask you, why did your uncle beat you up? Or why did your auntie? There was discipline. But now, we've lost it. And we're losing our generation. So we have these two people, even though one is a comedian, but he's also serious because he's also a parent. So he knows when it comes to parenting. Okay, and you don't really have to also be a biological parent to know parenting. You can be a parenting because you're a guardian, innit?
Exactly.
So I'll start with you, Angela. Do you think that African parents, especially African parents, spoil their boy child when they're growing up? And that's why we see now boy child is the way they are. And they're now saying that, oh, you guys are empowering girl child. You're not cared about the boy child. But yet, when the boys were growing up, the parents were spoiling them because the treatment of a boy child and a girl child in a household, of an African household, is different.
Very, very different. In very, very many households, you see, especially the roles, the gender roles are so clear. And it's so unfortunate because the parents do not see, like in the future, you're actually, when you're raising a child, think of them as a man. So is this the way you want this man to be in a house? But unfortunately, again, the reason they do that, because that's how they were brought up. So they're really just passing on what they were brought up. They're forgetting that 1920, 1940, 1960 rules, they don't apply in 2023. They don't. It's like, and I keep saying to parents that we are using like snail pace solutions for space fast solutions. You know, like these days, people are going to space. You're still parenting the snail pace. You know, it's so different. So that when our boys get these girls who have been empowered, they don't know what to do with them. They don't know what to do with them. And they start moaning and complaining, oh, you're too much for me. Just today, a man said, oh, I don't know who's ever going to be with you because you travel too much. What kind of thinking is that? They were taught a woman
Should be in the house.
should be in the house. So
And in the
this
kitchen.
exactly. So this girl is supposed to now abandon her work, abandon her lifestyle, so that if she has to be with this man, and some people do, but imagine abandoning your goals for another person. It can kill you, isn't it? Imagine, for example, you're a comedian and someone is saying, oh, I can't deal with comedians, right? I'm not dating a person who's, I love you very much, I'll do anything for you, but you got to stop this.
They should just go
Exactly.
and leave me alone.
Exactly.
I want
Yeah.
to love
Exactly.
all my life.
Exactly. So what you're asking is, it's true. A lot of our parents have done the boys disservice, but it's not fault of their own. That is the way they were brought. That's the way they were brought up. And that's why there is a need to learn and relearn. You're like, okay, this is how I was taught, but it's not working today. So what can I do for my boy so that in 10 years, in 20 years, there will be a match with this girl? And you know, even these boys who are, you know, when you take away people's responsibilities, you actually disable them. Because boys, and it's very sad because they don't know what to do with the girls. They actually don't know. The kind of dating we see with young people is just appalling. You know, it's just appalling because they've learned how their mothers did it, and their mothers who did not unlearn and relearn are passing down
What they want.
what they were taught. So there's a lot of, really, we need to change. I mean, I haven't got a boy, and I honestly, I don't know how I would raise a boy, but in my head I say to myself, I would do it differently from what I saw being done, because it's about empowering them. It's about,
From young age.
exactly. And what does empowering mean? Empowering, take responsibility, behave, look after yourself, right? Look after yourself, because they're meeting these girls. For example, our fathers, they had to provide, they had to do all these things. You're meeting a girl who actually doesn't need someone to provide for them. So what is your role? Like, literally, we are asking, the girls are asking, what are you bringing to the table? I don't want your money. What
So
are you
what
bringing?
Wow.
And it's the partnership. They don't know partnership.
They only know that you have to bring something to stay on the table.
Exactly. You know, it's quite challenging, and I feel sorry sometimes for even some of my friends who have boys. I'm like, okay, they have to be intentional, very, very intentional, because the boys, watoto wa, you know, oh, fanyia huyu hivi, no, put this thing for that, mlete chakula, you know, things like those.
Yeah. And those little things actually matters a lot when we grow up in our lives. So Jessy, what would you think about
Tell
it?
us.
What I think is
As a man's perspective.
Exactly.
from a man's perspective, I feel it for the ladies that have boys and are raising sons, and they don't have a husband, or they don't have maybe a brother who the boy looks up to. It's unfortunate, but you know, it's not a done case, because when you're raising a boy and there's no father figure for this boy, you know, he's going to have some deficiencies. Like a meal, you want to have protein, you want a balanced meal, but now this time round there's one aspect of the meal that is not there. So indeed, we're talking of a boy child lacking a father figure. Men actually rub their manhoodliness with each other. That's why you see a lot of men want to go and hang out. Sometimes just men only. There's something we rub with each other. So when a boy child is not exposed to those kind of things, they tend to grow otherwise. Yeah. So any lady that has a boy child and doesn't have a father figure, they should look for one. There are many people that can be father figures. They can have a godfather, a friend who's a man.
That's
You can
right.
you can ask your father, as a lady, you can ask your father to mentor your son.
Yes.
And actually that one will come with a lot of love, because that's a grandfather. You can ask maybe if you got a new boyfriend, after a while and you're sure, sorry, and you're sure this is the man who is going to be your partner for long. Let them interact with your child, the boy. The relationship between a boy and maybe your boyfriend goes beyond just you loving, you loving him. The
agree.
boy and that man, if that man has some values that he needs to instill in this boy, he's going to be okay. But every boy needs a father figure.
I agree.
It might be your brother, but let ladies open up. If, for example, you gave birth with a man that is irresponsible, then introduce that boy to someone else.
Exactly.
Like a brother, your father, do that. Don't introduce him to another man that you're trying to date, but just introduce him to someone else around you. A family, a relative can work. So ladies should stop struggling with children that are boys. Expose them to father figures. Men rub values with other men. There's a reason why I go out with, there's a reason why Lucas is my friend. There's something he has that I don't have. So we rub it when we talk. You admire some things in other men and they do the same as you. That's how boys grow. That's how boys become men. Have mentors, have people that are older than you. If you're a lady and you're raising a son, introduce him to people that can mentor them well. You get, if you go to church and there's a pastor there, and you actually think this pastor has values, some values that you'd want to see in your son that you admire, then introduce him to the pastor. If it's a friend who has values that you really admire, introduce those people to your son so they can be mentors to your son, and it's going to turn out very well. But just deciding, I'm a woman, I'm an independent woman, I can do this by myself, my son will become, my friend, you're walking a very dangerous route. Because that boy will grow and then later on try to be a man. When he's all grown. You get it? You won't get it.
So are you trying to say that a woman cannot raise a son
They
by
can.
themselves?
They can.
They can, but there's a but with you.
Just as I've given an example, they can raise, but it's not a balanced diet, okay? They can. And they'll feel they've done it the best way. However, there will be some deficiency.
Nuggets.
If you eat a lot of food without proteins all your life, the benefits of proteins will not be in your body. It doesn't mean you won't survive. You will, but you'll have some deficiency in your body. So it's the same thing. Women can raise sons very well, but those sons will still have some deficiencies that are brought by a male figure. I didn't say husband. A male figure. And look for men with value.
Yes.
Look for alpha males. Let them come and instill the same to the body. Because you can attest for sure that boys that have grown with some father figure somewhere, they turn out very well. Yeah, and you will see someone saying, oh, I can't do that because my mentor will. You get it? Yeah, it's different when a boy says, my mom will and my mentor will. If I do that, my mom will be mad. But he can't say the same about the mentor. He will say, if I do that, my mentor will be mad. No. Boys know, if I do this, my mom will be so mad. But a mentor, will be like, no, I'll disappoint my mentor.
Exactly.
Or my mentor will not like that. But about a mom, they'll be like, oh, my mom will be so mad. I can't do that. I don't want to disappoint my mom.
It's
My
more
mom will be
emotional.
mad. It's emotional.
It's
But
more
with the
emotional.
mentor, even in the Bible, God does not feel compassionate with men. No. He reasons with men. But for women, he has compassion for women. That's why in the Bible you'll find, and Hannah cried unto the Lord, and the Lord heard her cry. But men don't cry to the Lord. That's what I mean. Not like you're not allowed to cry. You can cry. Let out your emotions. Let people feel it. Not people, but someone who cares about you. Men don't go crying outside there. Go cry to your wife or your confidant. Uko chini ya maji, feel it, talk, maliza. Safe space. That's okay. But uko inje, no. Even when David in the Bible, let me preach a little bit. Hallelujah.
Amen.
When David, went and slept with another man's wife and killed that man so he can take over the wife. God did not have compassion on him. He cried and cried, and God was like, you finished crying. When you're done, come, we talk. And when they came to talk, what happened? He told him the consequences might be there. So God reasons with men, but has compassion on women. So women operate with emotions, but with men, you have to think consciousness. So that is why it's good for a boy child to be aroused, that part of the value as a man, alpha male, and all those things to make them be men. Let the values of a man be instilled in the boy. Because the other one is the woman can raise a son very well. A very emotional son. And they still turn out very well, but I'm saying it is good if you add
An alpha
a male
man.
figure there.
But so I hear what you're saying, and I hear what you're saying, Angela, as well, and that's good. So what my question would be now, what's happening to the boy child then? So somebody have lost the responsibility of something have happened somewhere. That is why we see now the boy child is totally lost. The boy child is crying and saying that we are only empowering girl child. So what's happening to the man?
The man.
And for me, I'll say it's not that narrative is there, yes, but it's not too much the way it's being put out there. There are men who actually can handle whatever comes their way.
So where are they?
If you look at it this way. Who runs the world? We sing. We sing, right? Women run the world. It's good. But who maintains it?
Okay.
Who maintains that? We're in London. Nimeona huku, there's some bridges being built. There's some guys under there, and clogging the sewers. I've not met ladies.
They are women.
They
as
They
well.
are women, but
Really,
majority.
they are women.
Yeah, but
majority are what?
because what?
When you
because,
see a lady there, you celebrate them because
No.
it's not work that is done
But
by,
that's not
by
no,
women.
No, but
I want to drive a point.
No, okay, go on. Drive your point.
Yes.
Drive
So
your
what
point.
I mean is this: women, of course, they run this one, okay, but maintaining it, boy child does that. So a narrative that the boy child has lost it is not 100% true. There are some cases whereby, of course, it's affecting a boy child, but it is what has been highlighted and exaggerated, if you ask me. Boy child is not in too much danger, because when men take up their position in society, the boy child will be safe. The ones that are not safe is because men have lost their responsibility a little bit, their grip on the boy child. So, however, once they do it again, the boy child is safe, and it doesn't take a lot. It takes the men in the society to realize, if you have a child with a lady and you broke up and it's a boy, look for the boy.
Exactly.
It's okay if you don't want the mother, you can have an agreement. It's not a must when mumeachana or it
There's
didn't work,
co-parenting.
that now it becomes like you never talk. Go be a man
Exactly.
and face the lady, even if she's how poisonous. You tell her, now listen, there's a child here. I know you don't want me, or I don't want you, but let's have some agreement here. If you make her sit down with you can. I know there are some women who are crazy that they don't ever want to see that man, but you can be that man there if the lady allows.
Some
okay?
women are crazy.
Yeah, there's some who are crazy. They don't want the man anymore, or the man actually did them
crazy.
something
But if you-
wrong.
yeah,
but
but-
I mean, if you are a man, if you take responsibility, if you take up your position, you can save that boy child.
Exactly. And it's actually the right of a child to have access to their parent.
Yeah.
So it's that kind of mentality. Even, I mean, I agree with you. There's some women who will not allow, whether it's boy or girl, to see the parent, which I think also it's not.
But they should now allow
Yeah.
an alternative. Okay?
Yes.
If they don't want the husband or the
Because
father of that child.
they might have been an abuse.
Yeah, there might
Exactly.
be a-
I was about to
then
say
that's
that.
not a real man. So don't expose your child to that.
Exactly,
Yes.
exactly.
You get?
But what you're saying is, even in research, we see this all the time. As long as a child has one person who believes in them, who shows them their values. You know what you are saying, that I don't want to disappoint that person. They have so much faith in me. And we know that children will rise to the level that you believe for them. So the men that we are saying is, where are these men? Where are these men? Unfortunately, Jessy, these men are the ones who were raised by our parents, being, oh, you can't do that, that's not your role and all that. So how is it possible to give what you haven't got? Isn't it what we were then saying, that you need to unlearn? You need to now unlearn, relearn, and take, I am going to be the man. I'm going to be a man so that I can rub this man in me to this
another
kid.
boy.
because you cannot give what you haven't got.
That is very true.
If you are conditioned, oh, women, they don't take space, if that is your thinking, poisonous thinking, isn't it then that you're going to pass that on? So therefore, these men that we are saying, isn't it time for them to say, oops, I don't think it was right. The way I was raised wasn't right. And we are not blaming our parents. They only did what they knew. Yeah? But now I'm ready, I'm in this position, and I'm in a position of influence. What do I want to pass down?
Let me say,
And
for
there's-
example,
wait,
I've
there's-
met a lot of men here in the UK that actually came to hustle. And I've seen a lot of guys who've actually given their all. You can see the manliness in this person. Okay? They should take the same example whereby you left Kenya. You didn't even stay in Nairobi. You left high school, came to Nairobi, to JKIA, and you came to London. And here in London, you've actually made it.
Exactly.
You have a place to stay. You're not struggling. And if you're struggling, not too much, you have something. And you still keep on pushing and pushing and pushing. I think such a man should put the same effort and zeal he has for life into their personal life to make sure that he raise other people. To the way you're saying, to unlearn how you're brought up. You are not here with your mother. When you are sent here, you came to us, so you didn't come to your mother, you didn't come to your father. So the same attitude you got of like, I have to make it. Then you should have the same attitude towards
Self-development.
Self-development.
Exactly.
You raise a child differently. You get?
There's a statement you made, and before I say that, you said if men, that's reading between the lines. You say if men were to take responsibility, then the boy child is safe.
Yes.
So if men, which means they don't take responsibility
Sam,
because of that
let me say
statement you
if
made.
all, then let me correct and say if all.
Okay, if
men.
all men. And also what you said about you saw men doing this in life. Women are stronger, not all of them. Again, let's use not say all of them, because we do have, like you said, some crazy women, some crazy men. But it's been proven that most women are strong mentally. Most men are strong physically. And that's why you see men digging, men doing all those, because they are strong physically. We still have some women who do those jobs, but very rarely. You'll see maybe 2 or 3 where you see 30 men and maybe you see only 2 women. And then the fact that they're also there, and because women are emotional, the men will try intimidate them because they are strong physically. So then you see there's no women there. But women are strong emotionally.
Yeah.
And it takes emotional strength is better than physical strength.
Can I surprise you?
And that's where you see that girl child is actually developing and the boy child is just stuck where they are.
I agree, but let me tell you this. Did you know the strength that women have, which is emotional, can create a very strong man? It doesn't matter whether they were brought up in a masculine society or whatever. Did you know that that's all a man needs? Not a woman to tell him what to do, but a woman. Let me take an example of a husband. What can make a successful husband is not bashing him. Don't tell your man, you don't do this, why can't you do this? Don't.
Of course.
Just tell the man how much you believe in him. Even if he's like an idiot at work. Just be the only person believing in this man. Bless him in the morning. Tell him, my darling, I know where you're going. You're a very strong guy here. Even if you know he's stupid. But just tell him, you are the strongest. I would never have gotten a better man than you. Do you know those words drive a man like into the sky? And if you do the opposite, if you tell him you're useless, my friend, he'll multiply the uselessness. Hey.
And give it back to
He will give it back to you. You will be crying.
Yeah.
So to some extent, and I'm saying to some extent, women are responsible in making the man the alpha or an idiot. Just take your man and believe in him. Look at the boys. Just as I was telling you, there are some boys who've grown with single mothers, and they've turned out well. There are some areas, of course, where they have some deficiency, but look at some who have believed in themselves and made something out of themselves. It's because of the words of the mother. The mother did not raise them to be jele boys like this. They raised men. They're like, I believe in you. I know one day you'll build me a house. Just that simple thing. One day you'll build me a house. That man will do anything. The ones that go intimidating women out there actually are not strong mentally. No. They only have muscles.
Exactly.
But their mental muscle is not strong. If you want your man to make it as a woman, encourage him. Don't pamper him too much. Tell him, I know today at work and call him your lion. There's a song, a Nigerian song that sings here, the emperor, the conqueror, the champion is here.
Hey.
Yeah.
Why don't you call him a champion and he's
Ex-
coming home?
and-
But you're just waiting for him to make noise at him. That man will not help you.
Okay, but Jesse, let
You
me
are
ask you.
removing the manliness in him.
Let me ask
So
you.
shouldn't
that start from?
Child-
I'm telling you,
it shouldn't
it's not
start
yet
from-
late. It's not too
from-
late.
It's
It's not too late. I'm telling
Okay,
you.
I agree.
Right now, I've dated some girls, and there are some who've built me.
and
Yeah,
I
there's a
completely
lady.
agree.
There's a lady you
But
break
you
up
still-
with and
but you-
cry. Why? Because of the things she used to tell you, not because of whatever,
the person
not
you
the
became,
physical,
because of
how she looks physically or how beautiful she is. No, there are some ladies who actually don't match with the men. There are some people who are married, but you can't match the man and that woman. If you look at a woman, she has a private face, but when you look at the man is more beautiful than the wife. It's a mismatch. You look at them, you're like, this boy should not be dating this one.
Yes.
You're like, how? Where did you meet? What did you see in this?
Yes.
But the man doesn't look at the physical. That woman tells this guy something. He's like, you're my champion. You're my conqueror. You're my king. When he comes home, he's like, the emperor, the conqueror, the champion
Is
is
here.
and also they have to
Welcome home.
match that.
And if that, besides matching, I'm saying how a woman can actually build a man for himself, for herself. You can. It's never too late.
I
I'm telling
don't. I
you.
don't believe that.
You can.
But then
can.
there's one thing I didn't agree with you when
Uh-huh.
you said it's the woman's responsibility.
A woman
build-
can take responsibility of building a man.
That means that you've given responsibility to someone else. So what about you taking responsibility to build your own man?
It has to be like that, because even when you encourage this man, if you tell him he has to believe in himself, okay, he has some
Exactly.
role and responsibility to take.
Yes.
The same way a teacher teaches the students, encourages them, tells them nice things, apart from Mwalimu wa math. But
Mama, sasa nasema utakuwa useless. Niko wapi leo?
yeah, others, they encourage you, they tell you nice things,
Yeah.
and some students, and I say some, out of 20 students, some of them will take the teacher's words and actually be something. They become
It depends
something.
on how they resonate.
Yes, so
Yeah?
it's the same way. How you resonate. A woman can encourage you and you think it's mockery.
Exactly.
And another one will encourage you, you take it up and you actually become something better. I'm telling you about my life. There are some ladies that have contributed
To
in
your
me
success.
being the
I don't
person
understand
that I
what
am.
he's trying to say, because even the Bible says that a man who finds a woman finds a success. In
Yes.
every successful man,
There is
there's
a great woman.
But
So
it's
you
a
can
great
imagine
woman
if you
and a
have
good
3.
woman.
But
Three
however,
women.
Yes,
What are you
that
doing?
are
Three women?
encouraging you. Yeah,
you're
that is
greedy.
your wife,
greedy man.
your mother, and your sister. And they're all telling you nice things. Or your wife, your girlfriend, and your
side
girlfriend.
the side one.
Friend. No, but I mean, for sure, a woman can make you. Like, even if you didn't grow up well, you might meet someone who actually will believe
But
in
you must
so
be
much.
willing
You must
to
be
be
willing
teachable.
as well.
Yes, you
Isn't
must be
it? You
willing.
must be willing to be teachable.
You must be willing.
But here we are talking about a man who have been raised up thinking that a woman's role is in the kitchen. A woman cannot tell me anything. A woman. So even if this woman is trying to tell the man that you're strong, the champion is here, you will not take it, because you as a woman, you're not supposed to think. You're only supposed to know how to cook.
He has
that-
refused. If he has refused to take what is being told, then he has a problem.
Exactly. And
If
that's
he
what
has
we're talking
refused.
about. But that's what we're talking about. That's the problem now.
That is
And
the
you know what the
problem.
That's the
solution
problem.
is? We are talking about it.
Yes.
Maybe there's one listening to us and they'll be like, so I have a problem. So there'll be a change.
Exactly.
You're a psychiatrist, you're a personality, big personality in the UK. You can help them.
And that is why
Through this program,
Listen,
you're helping.
that's
There are
why we
people
have this
listening to us.
conversation.
That's why we're having this
We have this
conversation.
conversation.
Exactly.
We are still coming back to the boy child actually not having these mentors.
Mentor
Right? Remember,
figure.
now you're telling me, now you're the man that is waiting to be encouraged
By a
by your
woman.
wife.
So
And
what
yet,
happens
you're
to
the same
all-
one that's supposed to pass that on to the
a boy
kid.
child.
You're not getting me. And now, this is what I mean. there is the responsibility of a woman and a man in creating a better boy child. Because this girl child that you're talking about that was empowered, the girl child was not empowered by the woman alone. It was the responsibility of
both.
the society, okay?
Yep.
Maybe a father and a mother decided we are going to invest in our girl child. So the same effort that took to raise a girl child, the current girl child, it didn't start a long time ago. It started during our generation.
Exactly.
Okay, and we have seen
We
what
have seen
girl
the
child
repercussions.
have
Yeah, we have
become.
seen.
And the society, when you look at our government in Kenya, if you look at Kenya, for example, there are many women in leadership. My own county has a woman governor. We, out of 11 elected members of government, one is a woman, the governor. We've never done that. We in Meru, we've never seen such thing happen. But it's because the girl child has been done what? Empowered to take up that responsibility. And what happens when one girl has succeeded? There's a lot of celebration.
Exactly.
There's a lot of things happening around that girl child, which means you're also encouraging the rest. Then we turn a blind eye upon the boys that have succeeded. When you hear a boy has become a member of parliament, it's never a celebration. It's like, it's normal. You're supposed to,
It's
to
true.
have
It's-
that.
it's
But
normal.
when you see a girl who's become, you know,
And you know what
a
that
member
does?
of parliament, and that, you celebrate that
And you know
girl.
what that does, Jesse? We call it representation. When we see someone who looks like you is in a position like that, the little girls begin to believe, I can do that. I can do that. I can do that. Right? And that is where the empowerment comes. And when I'm having a conversation with her about, for example, that MP you're talking about, when she says, I can do that, and I'm like, of course you can, because she has. And then I start telling her about other people who have done it, and the faith builds, right?
Now take it,
The faith
and
builds.
put it on the boy child.
Now, the boys, let's say you have, if I was raising a boy, and I speak to a lot of young boys as well, even though they are not my kids, I work with a lot of young boys in schools, yeah? There's that missing, someone saying to them, because like you said, it's normal, right? It's normal, it's, but for example, let's assume I had a son, right? My son, they see engineers, they see doctors, there's all these people. It's you know, when it is there until you ignore it. You know, like it's there. It's like the air we breathe. No one thinks, oh, I'm breathing air. It's not a conscious thing, yeah. But when you
Until you don't have it.
exactly. But when you begin to say to them, for example, what do you want to become? And then you start connecting with them. For example, I don't know how you became a comedian, right? I don't know whether you grew up seeing comedians, successful comedians and all that. When the boy tells
For
you,
me, we were poor.
you needed
money.
something, yeah? So when the boy says to you, I want to be a hairdresser, what happens, especially at home in Africa? Maybe you are scorned.
There's nothing
What
better.
about is there nothing better for you to do?
Why can't you be
Why can't you be a
truck
doctor,
driver?
a truck driver? So we are bringing. What about if you said to them, "Wow, does this mean you are so creative with hair, right? And you can actually end up owning a hair brand, and they begin to see beyond, and that mental skill is transferable. It's not just for this thing, but that is what they don't have. We don't have people encouraging. We have quick scorning. Oh, even at home, sometimes you'll see, and I have seen it, you see the kid maybe even serving the girl, and someone will shout out from there, oh, she should be the one doing that. And what does that teach the boy? Girls are for serving, I'm here to be served.
Yeah.
Right? And then what happens when you get into a relationship? Because that's how you've been conditioned.
You find a lady that also want to be served.
And you know,
So you clash.
Exactly. So because all your life you're wondering what's wrong with you. Girls are supposed to be serving.
And that, just as you're saying, And as we started this conversation, that's what we were saying. A boy child needs a father figure or a mentor. If you're raising one and maybe you feel you're not, introduce them to one.
I agree. I honestly,
I want to
agree.
totally
So that
Yeah.
that kind of conversation you're talking about, a boy child amesema, I want to be a hairdresser. Introduce them to a mentor. A mentor doesn't scorn this boy.
Exactly.
They'll be like, okay. So how many successful hairdressers do
Have
you
you
know?
do you
And
know?
look for
And you
them.
will find
You will
maybe these
find,
girls
yeah.
with the internet, they've been googling.
Well,
They'll be like,
exactly.
oh,
What
I
makes
found
you-
this,
yeah, why
I
do you
found
wanna
this in the
become-
US, in
yeah.
the UK. There's actually one, this neighbor of ours with the Range
Exactly.
Rover is actually a hairdresser.
A hairdresser.
I'll be like, oh, really? All right. So have you talked to them? You see, that's guidance. Have
Exactly.
you talked to the hairdresser? No. Okay, you go talk to them, then come and tell me what you guys do.
Or when they tell you, I want to be a cleaner. Because in everyone's heart, there is something that I believe God puts a desire. It doesn't, you don't have to
You
look
don't
at
have to
them.
be cleaning
Yeah, you
like
don't have to look at them.
cleaners.
Cleaner,
There's a
cleaners.
friend of mine
They're
here
clean.
in the UK. Okay, this is a girl, but I want to imagine if it was a boy. After high school, she told the mother, I don't want to go to college. I want to start a business. And the mom was like, what kind of business? Fashion business. Ah, okay. That's good. So how do you want to start it? And the mother gave her a chance to explain, to explore, and she gave her support. And today she's one of the most successful business people that I know in the UK.
Exactly.
A young lady. Now I can imagine if it's the boy child who told the mother, I want to be a business
A passion or
person.
whatever.
Or maybe
Yeah.
I want to do fashion, something that got to do with creative. Fashion. I want to be a YouTuber. I want to be a photographer.
Exactly.
I want to be this guy who's been doing these things here. Maybe the mother would have answered differently.
Yes.
That's why, or the dad would have answered differently.
Because of the
So that-
expectation.
Exactly. They'll be like, I brought you all this way to the UK to
do fashion.
do fashion.
Yeah.
I mean,
To
even
be a hairdresser,
things
to be a
like
kinyozi. Just decide. Just give them an alternative. Listen to this child. And that's why it takes a man with a brain
Exactly.
and wisdom and intelligence to have emotional intelligence to realize, let me listen to this boy
kid.
first.
Yeah, let me
I
listen to
can
their
guide
spirit.
them into success.
Yes.
You ask me how I became a comedian.
Yes, please.
I think it's because I lacked support. So I had to support myself. But when I had a teacher in high school that used to tell me, think about what you're talking about. Think about this drama thing you're doing in school. Think about them. He didn't tell me do. He told me, think about them. Yeah, they can be a source of livelihood. And then when I went to Nairobi, I met a pastor. It's called Pastor David Adioye, a Nigerian brother. My friend, if you tell me to hate Nigerians, I'll slap you. Because I'm a product of a West African man.
Come on.
Who one day asked me in church, come here, young man. What do you do? I told him I don't have a job. He's like, why are you talking slow like this? And when I'm in the office, I can hear your voice from where you talk. Because after service, we used to hang out around church. And I used to give people stories. Guys used to laugh. And he would hear me from the office. He'd be like, come, so what do? You don't have a job. And I can hear you from my office. You talk too much.
Hey.
You talk too much. And that is your job. Your job is talking here in church. Can you make it a job? Can you make it profitable?
Come on.
Talk money. Talk until people can call you to talk to them and they pay you.
Exactly.
Come here. Then you open the laptop. A pastor. Open laptop, went there, Chris Rock. That was the first time I saw Chris Rock. I'm
Exactly.
telling you. He's like, look at this man. Listen to that. And then he gave me headphones and I was like, yo, fuck that shit. Fuck. I was like, pastor, you listen to this. I thought Chris Rock was supposed to be preaching. Then he was talking other things.
He was effing and bluffing.
Yeah, effing and bluffing and whatever he was doing there. I was like, oh. But I started laughing. After that, he told me, you see, you can do that. You can do it. Start it here. In fact, next Sunday, I want you to do it in church. He told me, you have 5 minutes.
Come on.
That was like an audition. I almost didn't go to church on Sunday. But I was like, I have to go. So I went there and did the first 5 minutes. People didn't laugh, only him. He was just laughing. And actually he said, after I was done with 5 minutes, not many people laughed, but he laughed And of course, when people in church see the pastor laughing, they fake their
follow.
laughter. They laugh with the pastor, even if they don't know what you're saying. And after that, he said, you see that boy? One day you'll pay to listen to his jokes. You'll be very funny one day. Because he had me making people laugh around there, but I was, it was challenging the first time on stage. And that little encouragement.
Exactly.
Okay, that little encouragement of like, you can talk this thing and it can become a job. And then I saw other people that were doing it. Then I never used to like acting. I used to like stand-up comedy. But I saw the US comedians just doing it. And when he gave me that spark to spark it.
But the thing is, it was already there.
Yeah, but you also believed in yourself.
Yeah.
So as much as somebody can say, you can do this, you can do this. If you don't believe in yourself, you can never do it.
So I actually believed it. For sure, I did it. I was like, wow, I can do this. And then after like a week, somebody called me to go and be an MC at their wedding. And
See?
paid
From
me,
church.
Exactly.
Yeah, from church. So they gave me, how much is 5,000 shillings?
5,000.
It's like, how much?
Like
20.
40
pounds.
40 pounds.
35
He gave me
pounds.
35 pounds.
Yeah.
But that was a long time ago.
Yeah,
So that was
a
lot
long
of
time
money.
ago. So it was a lot of money. So I was like, wow, I can make
get-
money
exactly.
with this. So I started looking for money through jokes. That's why I'm
Exactly.
saying I was chasing poverty with
But
jokes.
that's called gift of the gob.
Yeah. So I started doing it. And then the passion kept growing, kept growing. The
It was
pastor
already
kept calling
there.
me, asking me, how far now? How far now? How far now?
Where is that pastor?
He's
bless
in
you,
Nairobi.
Pastor.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
a
we
good
bless
friend of
you,
mine.
Yeah,
Pastor
and those-
David Adioye of Transformers Chapel. That
Exactly.
time
And
he
those
was
are
at
the
Winners
men.
Chapel.
And those are the men.
He became my father figure.
Exactly.
You get?
Those
I
are the men.
deliberately decided he will be. Not that I was the only one. I personally made a conscious decision. You know what?
Exactly.
This man saw something in me.
Exactly.
He'll be my friend forever.
Yeah.
Sometimes we may not talk like for a month, but I'll
You
go
know.
online to see what he's saying.
You know
to
where-
get some motivation. And that way is how we build. Even someone like Bless of Swindon. Bless Kilunda.
Bless.
He's a product
Love you, bless.
of that pastor.
Exactly.
Wow.
That pastor used to encourage us as young people. There's another friend in Guernsey Island called David. He's one of the top, in hospitality industry there. He just came here the other day and he's making loads of money. I don't know. I need to meet him when I go for Guernsey Island and ask him, David, how did you do this? Because he's also a product of the same. So we had a pastor who took us, the boys. Most of them were orphans. Like for me, I didn't grow up with both parents. They died when I was very young. So he took us in church. He didn't
So
put us
he
in a house.
intentionally,
He intentionally,
and that is what
decided
we are
to
calling
raise
for.
boys when we were teenagers.
Oh,
And
that's
look at us now.
That's
what we are
crying
calling for.
That's what we call those
You are
ones.
doing the right thing now.
That's
Those
what we
are
are
the ones
calling
we
for.
Even with
looking
this
for.
program, you are doing the right thing. Someone is listening. Because this pastor never used to sit us down like boys and
No.
tell us, now listen. No, he used to preach, just preaching. But he gave us that chance. He would ask, where are those boys? Where are they?
And also,
And then you'd be like, these are my boys. And he would just
exactly.
preach. And we knew. He was
and then
talking to us.
there's that side chat of,
How
I see
far now?
something in you.
Yes.
You can do this.
Yes.
And what that does to a child, honestly, what that does to a child, children want to be seen, they want to be believed, they want to be, and they'll rise up to that.
Yes.
They'll rise up to that. And those are the men we are calling to speak to the boys. I mean, I speak to a lot of boys, I can say, but I can see sometimes they're just looking at me like, what do you know about these things? There is some boy stuff that I don't know on a personal basis.
Yeah.
For example, when I speak to girls, there is no topic off limit. All topics, some of the
But
things.
to boys?
But I don't know.
Exactly.
I don't,
That's what we are saying.
Exactly.
Introduce this boy, not to a psychiatrist.
In fact, don't.
Another male.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Another male.
And
Who's
that's
an
what we
alpha,
said,
not just a
an
male.
alpha, yeah, not
An
just
alpha. I like
as
that
a
word.
woman now, grown woman, you know the men that you can introduce your son to.
Exactly.
Okay? Even if your husband is, someone else, something else, you can then introduce them to a mentor. Even if your husband doesn't know how to raise, or as a man, if you don't know how to raise your son, you can get a mentor for them. And
But then
in the
that
process, you also can be mentored.
But then that takes humility for a man to say, hey, I don't know this thing.
For a man to admit
it.
No, but people do. Men actually do. Men that are conscious say they can't. We do that as men. You're like, my son, I want you to talk to my son. If you hear a man telling you, Jesse, I want you to talk to my son.
There is that. I want you to
They
talk
don't
to
want to admit that maybe somehow they feel like, this boy is too much. When they tell you, take it upon yourself as a man who other men believe in to go and do something, Because I have also met some people who say, Jesse, my son admires you. You need to talk to this
Exactly.
boy.
And that is what we call modeling.
Take some time to go and talk to this person and you see them change.
Exactly. And that is what we are hoping that, for example, you talking to the men, you're saying, let's step up. Take those opportunities, even your friends, your sisters' kids, your villagers, your neighbors. It could even be just speaking to the boy, saying, oh, like, what's up? What are you up to today?
Do you know how it starts? By inviting them for something you're going to do.
Exactly.
As a man, and you want to, as a lady, and you have a son, and you want to introduce them to a certain man. Don't tell them.
Yeah.
Just let that man invite that boy for something. Like, oh, what are you doing this Saturday? Oh, you're going to watch some football somewhere.
Oh, yes.
You can join us. That's how it starts.
First of
that
all,
boy will be like, oh, okay.
wow.
Will my mom allow? Don't worry. I'll talk to her. You get?
First of
you
all,
do that because and then you're like, Mom, we are going for football with this guy. Then the mom will be like, what time will you come back? You don't worry. We'll come back on time. And then you go. This boy will feel protected, first of all, knowing you actually talked to the mother and he had that. You're like, oh, they talked. So whatever time you come back is the man's time. You get? And then when you go there, don't even talk. Don't. Just go watch a game. Watch a game and then you'll be like, yeah, see you next time. Do you want to go for another one? Yeah. Okay, in fact, on Tuesday, we're going to play golf.
Exactly.
Invite him. That boy slowly will start opening up to you as a man, telling you, by the way, my mom, okay. How about your dad? I've never met him. Don't worry, we are men.
True. It's
we
true.
are here.
It's
Even
true.
me, I didn't know my dad.
Exactly.
You'll be like,
Exactly.
Or
that is
like,
what we
I don't
need.
really talk to my dad, but you're fine. Okay. Yeah, so don't worry, you'll be joining us for football.
But then what
the
does that take,
fourth
Jesse?
time, that boy will slowly start changing.
Exactly.
And so as a mother, breed that, nurture that, encourage him. Also, you're going to watch football. Yeah, that's okay. Even me, I'm going to the salon. So if you come back, the key will be there. Or you can call me when you're coming back. But you're okay. Give the boy support, and that will show the other guy will be like security to the boy. That's how you introduce boys to their mentors.
Exactly.
Okay? If you're dating this guy, don't just introduce him. Come here. This will be your new dad. No.
Especially our boys these days, they'll be like,
what? War. That's war.
No.
Just let them go out, like
Yeah.
like when they're going for football, you're like, no, you guys go. It's fine.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. I just want to say thank you to guys who are watching. Becky Fisher, thank you so much, Becky. Becky says, true MC Jessy. I don't know which part you are true, but not everything. Yeah, Becky, yeah, that's right. Most of it. She says, powerful. That is powerful. Someone is actually watching us all the way from Qatar, Doha.
Nice.
So thank you so much, Jackson, as well. And Evelyn as well. Thank you so much, Evelyn. And I know Paparazzi also is watching, and I know she has a boy child. So this is good for you. And thank you so much for everybody else who is watching, and just keep on forwarding and keep on asking questions. So you need to ask questions as well, so that we'll take your questions here rather than just commenting. Ask questions as well. Jesse's here as a boy child
mentor.
As a mentor of boy child. So he's here, and also we have a psychiatrist here as well, that you can ask questions and they can actually answer it. So I just want to say thank you. Thank you so much for being here. This is good. I remember one day when I had Pastor Robert Bulari as well Dr. Pastor. Yeah, he is a pastor actually.
Is he daktari?
He is a pastor,
Umempandishia sana.
daktari. No, yes,
Dr.
he doctor.
Robert
Yeah,
Burali.
ni pastor.
Ni rafiki yangu umempandishia sana.
Umekataa hapo?
Nimekataa. Doctor.
Slide
bado.
Bado hajafika.
Siwezi hata slide until I become a doctor. That's when you become a doctor.
Okay.
Until then you should wait.
Pastor.
Yeah,
Wacha tu-
pastor, or you can
name
even
yake.
call him bishop.
No,
You can
hajafika
give him
hapo. Hapo
those
sasa
titles.
nimekataa
But kwa
hajafika.
doctor, no, you have to go to school.
Pastor Robert Bulari.
Yes.
When I had him one day on the show, and there was a lot of women, and they were asking questions, and there's something he said, and a lot of women were like, "What? What was that?" He said that the men, I hope I said exactly what he said, but the men, when they have their balls, that there's a side that you have to put the balls.
There is a preference.
Yes,
There's
if you left or something. So he was saying something, and women were like, "What?" So that's what you're saying about boys having a mentor of a father figure. It has to be somebody who's an alpha, not necessarily their dad. If their dad cannot mentor them or their dad is an abusive person, that's fine. But they need to get man, because something like this a woman would never know.
Yeah, that's it.
Sijui weka maballs zako, sijui zikae wapi, sijui hivi. A woman would
Hiyo
never
ni
know
yetu,
that.
tunajua mahali tunazisongesha.
Exactly.
But listen to this. If you get lost here in London, you ask someone, I'm going to give me an example of those
Waterloo.
cities. I'm going to Waterloo. You'll ask, as a man, you'll ask, I'm going to Waterloo, which train should I take? And then that man will be like, no, you take that one, then you get to Jubilee, then you go there, you get there, okay? It will be lit at Waterloo. Then you go. As a man, you are asking for direction. Because you know if you're lost, it's going to cost you more, you're going to pay more,
Exactly.
and all that. So if in a physical world you're asking for direction from your fellow man, why can't you, even you as a boy child, sit down and ask yourself, why should I guess my way into life? Let
Exactly.
me ask for direction from people that know. You get? And if someone else, if you ask someone, how do I get to Waterloo? They're like, oh, I don't know. Chances are they'll tell, or they can say, no, I don't know. Will you just get lost?
No, you ask someone
You'll
else.
You ask someone else, yeah.
So, and you'll, for sure, out of 3-5 people that you ask, someone will direct you. So you cannot lack mentors. Someone will be like, where do we find these mentors? Come on, ask around. Ask. You do your research. Read, watch, go on YouTube, listen to. You can have a mentor that you've never met.
That's true.
For
It
sure,
is
I can
possible.
tell you, for
Even
example,
a book.
there's a guy called Bishop David Oyedepo. I'm telling you, I respect Nigerians, the ones that don't steal. So the Nigerian brothers are good. There are some
Right?
Yahoo boys.
Yahoo,
You
Yahoo.
not met Yahoo boys, my friend. You do like this with your credit card. You remain there like they can even take your passport, go to Lagos, fly to Trinidad and Tobago, and come back. Niger brothers. So the same way, the good Nigerians, they can direct you very well. I have a mentor called Bishop David Oyedepo. We don't talk, like buddies, but the things he teaches, they intrigue me. I want to continue listening to them. When I listen to TD Jakes, I want to do some things that he talks about. You get? We've not met and sat down and have a conversation, but when I hear him talk, I listen. Trevor Noah is even,
Exactly.
I think we're age mates or something. That's a peer mentor. You listen and you're like,
And he's a
okay.
comedian as
And
well,
he's a
and he doesn't
comedian.
swear.
Yeah, another guy is like Steve Harvey. We've not met and sat down to have conversations, but you listen to what they do and the things they believe in, you're like, oh, I can also do it. So it also takes you as a man to realize your deficiency. That's why as a man you'll be like, if you have muscles and you don't have brains, the same way you made a decision to go to the gym, you are like, oh, I don't like this tummy, I don't like how I look, let me go to the gym. The same way you made that decision, then make a decision to be a better man.
Self-development.
Develop yourself. The same way you look at your finances, you're like, oh, no, I can't go down that route. You look for a job, you look for a hustle. Then the same way, fix your life.
Exactly.
Have that conscious decision to do it. And even if you don't know how to, ask. Ask. There are people that will help you. If you can't find them, the same way if you want to go to Waterloo and you can't find anyone to ask, what do? You go on
Google.
you go and Google and find what? direction.
But that takes what? What
Do
does it take? It
That's
takes
what I'm saying.
humility.
You
It takes
as a
humility,
man
yes.
decide on it.
It takes humility.
It takes
the ability to recognize, damn,
I
I'm
have a problem.
deficient.
Yes.
Yeah. You're like, whoa, I need to grow. But we need that realization, because there is that, for you to get to there, that means someone else has to teach you.
Yes.
So it takes humility.
Yes.
It actually takes, like what you said, that, oh, I'll do this. Even after your pastor man, the one that told you can do this, now what has happened? You go and listen to this person, listen to this person. So you become open-minded. You're a seeker, right? But then we have a lot of people who think, oh, I know it all. No one can tell me anything, right? A lot of that thinking.
You need to be humble to yourself.
I love
Humble
that.
yourself to yourself.
Exactly.
Accept. We call
Humble
it in
yourself to
Kiswahili,
yourself.
jiite kamkutano.
Jiite
Call
kamkutano.
yourself for a
In
boardroom
meeting.
meeting. Be the chair.
Yes.
Be the secretary general. Take
And
notes.
take the notes.
Be the organizing secretary to organize the
Exactly.
next meeting. And also be a member to sit and listen.
Exactly.
Just call yourself and be like, do a life audit of yourself, not just financially, but do a life audit of your life.
Who am
Be like,
I?
You know what? This is where I wanted to be by this time. But I'm not there. So what do I do? Let me change my friends. These ones are not doing me well. I've been with these guys for 10 years. Decide to change. And I'm telling you, like that friend of mine who's in Guernsey Island, I know he made a decision to change friends from Kenya. We didn't know how he got here. He never used to tell us, but I hope he didn't change me as his friend.
No.
Well, if he did, that's his loss.
He's lost.
You don't lose me. Oh.
Anyway, I want
If
to
you
say
lose me, you're in trouble.
I wanna
So
say
you
thank you,
take
guys.
responsibility as a man
Yes.
to decide, you know what, let me do this. Did you know it doesn't have an age where you decide on having a change in your life?
Oh, no.
Even grown men, you're like 50 or 60. Some people just sit and like, you know what, I need to change how I'm living. And people change until you get to that point. My friend, you are headed
Realization.
into now what you score. You started by saying is what? Depression.
And you see, someone like Jim Rohn said that you have to come to the day of disgust. You're so disgusted with your life that you have to make a decision.
Yes.
A decision that's going to take you to where you wanted. When you said about, you actually ask yourself, you audit yourself, you're like, damn, I'm 40, I'm 50, and this is not what I wished for. This is not what I saw. But I'm not dead yet. I'm not dead yet.
So I can start again.
I can make a decision and
exactly.
decide I'm going that way. And once you have a focus point, what happens when you have a focus point? You'll get there somehow. And like you said, your friend, you don't even know how they got here. And there's something, Lydia, let me say this.
I want to finish.
Once you make a decision,
No.
the universe.
People are coming in more.
Listen,
I know.
Let's give them 2 minutes.
once you make a decision, it's like the whole universe conspires to support you. It's like it's like angels are waiting for you to make a decision. And then you don't even know, they push you. They push you. Because human beings, honestly, we are electromagnetic beings. And once you make a decision,
law of attraction.
Exactly. Everything conspires.
The
universe, everything
magnets,
conspires.
Everything comes.
Exactly.
And that's what I was saying about the law of attraction. You can attract bad things because that's who you attract all the time. That's who you are. You carry negative spirit. That's why sometimes you see, you enter in a room and everybody's like, oh, there's a spirit with that person. And then sometimes you enter a room and everybody's like, dang, that girl, happy has come in, you understand? So there's that law of attraction that you attract whatever you believe in.
And warn those people who are online that have bile, the ones that see people posting and they are always negative.
Don't get me
started. Open their profile like this, my friend. They're in depression.
Those are sad people.
So
we all
those are
do
very
that.
sad. So they should also understand, as you're saying, carry positivity.
Yeah.
You'll attract what? Positivity. To a boy child that is actually doesn't know what to do, change it into positivity.
Yeah. Yes.
You'll
Change
attract
them.
positivity. But lazima ujite kamkutano. You have to decide to do something. Even a boy child that doesn't have a father figure and is listening, make a conscious decision.
Exactly.
I will find one.
Yeah, because like you said, you don't have to physically know the people. You can still go online.
Start
you
reading
can still
books.
Start reading books or go online or listen to this preacher, listen to this bishop. I love Bishop T.D. Jakes. In fact, there's something he said the other day and I put it on my Facebook. I didn't say from T.D. Jakes. I just say like it was from me. But anyway,
A low person.
I didn't say it from T.D. Jakes.
It's stolen.
But I love T.D. Jakes because the things he says really inspires me. So as a boy child, don't sit there and say, oh, they say I don't have. No, you can actually decide to make a conscious decision today. It doesn't matter how old you are, and change your lifestyle as a boy child. Because today it was about boy child, and we are crying for boy child. Me, I'm a girl child. Me, I'm empowered. I don't have boys. So don't wait for me to come and empower any boy. I'm empowering my girl child. That's where we are. So we end up today. And as we end up for this session today about the boy child, we come back again from the beginning, which is Jessy. MC Jessy is here, courtesy of Blue Vision Realtors. And he's going to go to different cities. He's visiting different cities in the UK. So we're not saying MC Jessy London tour. We are saying MC Jessy UK tour. Because he's going to different cities. So tomorrow he's in London. Tomorrow is in London. On the 29th and 30th of July, we have Kenya and Friends in the Park. He's also going to be there. So that's also in London. And after that, he has Northampton. I have to wear this. Not that I'm old, guys. But, you know, respect. Don't judge me. Now, he has Northampton. He has Nottingham. He has Swindon. He has Hertfordshire. He has Belfast. He has Glasgow. And you also have Guernsey. But to know all this and the dates as well, just go on his Facebook page or Instagram. The dates are there. So if you live in any of those cities, please, guys, make a choice, time, make time to go there, guys. It's very important, guys, for us to invest back home. I know right now back home looks like a dirty toilet. But I always say that. Yeah. Every house. Where?
No, Nairobi is safe. I was there.
Yeah, it's safe. Every house there's a toilet. I always say that every house there's a toilet. You have to clean your own toilet. You cannot go to your neighbor and ask your neighbor to come and clean your toilet for you. You clean your toilet yourself. And that's what I'm saying. Yes, Kenya as a country, we can say, oh, Kenya is dirty. But it's your toilet, so it's up to you to clean that toilet. Nobody's going to come and clean the toilet for you. And one part of us cleaning the toilet is developing our own country. And that's why Blue Vision, I'm so impressed with what they're doing, because they do selling land, and the land itself, they also help you in developing the land. So you know what you're doing? You're actually cleaning your own toilet. You're not going to be old in this country. They take you to old people's homes. When they take you to old people's homes, they beat people there, they pinch their nyash, they pinch them, they squeeze them. They treat people so bad in old people's home. You want to end up in your own country. You want to end up in Kenya. And you're not going to go to Kenya at the age of 60 or 70 without a house, because nobody is going to live with you. You know what they say? Ametoka maju, nakakuja kuishi kwangu. Never. So guys.
It's better when they have a house and people be like, naenda kwa ule wa maju.
No, usikuje kwangu kuomba chai tafadhali. Padlocks. Mimi nishaingia kwa Blue Vision. Mtu asikuje kwangu. So guys, before I finish, I'll just let Jessy give us his last remarks, and then our beautiful Angela, your last remarks.
All right, for all of you watching me, tupatane in these cities so we can laugh together. Usiwe na depression. Come out, come on. Come and experience the show. I'll make you laugh. I promise. Kama sitakuchekesha nitakurudishia pesa yako. Nani? Mimi. Sikukuja huku kurudisha change. But anyway, see you in those places where I'll be. Check out my Facebook page, MC Jessy, my Instagram, Thread, Twitter, and TikTok. I'll be sharing all these dates so you can come and enjoy. Get your tickets early. Ndio usukumane kwa mlango. And I'll see you there. And I'm happy to be here on vacation and vacation. Vacation.
Yes. I want you to give it up to my best producers. Triple Joe hapa hivi. And Omega TV UK.
Zima, real guy. Yeah. He's like, you go see there? Okay. Okay, no problem. You still look good. Give me a smile. A man asking for a man for smile.
Leave my producer alone now.
That is a good guy. Very brilliant. Look at the studio. Wow. He's such a great guy there. And And also there's a lady there, ni producer pia.
Margaret. Yes.
Margaret is amazing. Amekuja kunieka mic. Yeah, she came in like, can I put the microphone inside of you? Do it, baby. That's why it's here. So Maggie, you can put it in again. Now come and remove it. Yeah. You are allowed. I'm in the UK. Nobody's looking for me. I can misbehave. And of course, this studio looks amazing. Omega TV UK is so beautiful. I told JJ I'll copy his style. And he's not going to take me anywhere. I'll copy it and paste it in Kenya.
And you can't do nothing.
And people will be like, that studio that is a UK made. I'm like, cost money. But I know it's not very, it's beautiful, not very expensive. It's like £5 million. Yeah, it's not very expensive.
No, it's not.
£5 million.
That's nice.
So a good place, and of course Lydia, you're amazing.
Oh,
You're
isn't
colorful. And we love you. We know you from Kenya. Yeah, people know Kenyans and friends in the park. You added friends. It was Kenyans in the park. So you told them to bring their friends. That's okay. I'm hoping to see you there. And like a psychiatrist. Kamodu Kamuranga. Kanoga English. English. No, where she comes from is a village. But here,
Charaza.
can you imagine a psychiatrist from Muranga? Yeah, they better know they have the woman up here in the UK.
from the village?
No Kikuyu accent.
No.
So come on, chairman. Yeah.
We wachana na chairman.
Chairman of Blue Vision.
Respect.
We are
Chairman.
going to Westford. Music here to you. Aliniambia, I'll pick in a ledge lover. Ledge lover.
Lakini
Oh,
anasema Range Rover. Hata kama anasema Range Rover,
Yes.
but we know he's an honest man.
Oh yes, it
An
is.
honest
He did it.
person.
He
He's
said
an
I'll
honest
pick in a
man.
ledge lover.
Akakuja na Range
Anakuja
Rover.
nayo. Bro, ni safi.
Safi.
Wakenya wananiona and they're like,
Mbona
Jessy
number
bought a
plate?
Range Rover.
Number plate.
Imeandikwa kama K24 Mau.
Meow.
My friend.
Meow.
And then people in Kenya now think I bought it. I'm like, yeah, that's how I roll. I have one in the UK. It stays there.
Yeah.
No, near chairman.
You've blown the cover.
Yeah, near chairman. I don't have a choice because people will see it. Yeah, it's super.
Let's see a
Na
last
speed nayo. Imagine an overtake hata mahali kwa speed limit. It's a ledge loafer. Alishikwa na mzungu juu ya overspeeding. Akamwambia, you know that we always say there is no hurry in Africa. Yes. But let me tell you. Yo mzungu akamwambia, what? Alikakimwambia, what? Let me tell you where I come from. What? And I tell, okay, just go.
I can't deal.
I can't deal. Alimwongelesha
The
Kikuyu.
Mzungu said I can't deal.
But the chairman, so humble. Mpaka wazungu wanamheshimu. That's good.
That's
good.
good. That's good. That's good.
Oh.
Love it.
So let me go to Angela. Let me go to Angela.
It's
Angela, can you
amazing.
give
See
me
watu wengi
that?
wanaongeanga na mimi.
Yeah.
Not many people can deal
Can deal.
a discussion with me.
Oh.
Yeah, so it
that's
takes a
good.
strong woman with a strong mind.
Yeah, we're strong
Yeah.
women. Yeah. So
You
we
got
are
it.
grateful.
You
Yeah.
got it.
We got it.
Umepata? You got it.
You got it.
Chunga usingoe
Your
eyebrows.
last eyelashes. Eyebrows ni real,
Sifanye hivi tukuogope. Fanya hivi.
Like this, ni hivi.
No, this guy is not real. Angela, please just give your last
Look,
remarks.
you
Let's
look
get
at
out of here.
Fanya hivi. Tuamini uko UK.
Wacha na mimi.
Because she's been
Tabia
blinking.
Lucas akurudisha.
Every time I was facing you and giving, looking at you while you're giving a point, nilikuwa nasikia. Then when I looked, she was blinking.
I
Then
do that. You know, I'll tell my
hot.
producers to
The
check you
studio,
out
the studio
of
is
here.
hot, but this side, it's been
hotter.
cool. No,
Oh,
it's
it
been
was
cool.
cool.
Yeah, because there's a fan. Eyelashes. She's blinking. It was like a fun. Yeah, so this side I'm cold, but this side.
So you're hot.
Yeah, that's it. We're giving the last remarks.
Right. Gosh, it has been so much fun being here. Yeah, Lydia, this is so good. Thank you, everyone. I hope the conversation we had was a blessing to you. It made you think, and it was so funny. It was so funny because we didn't even plan what we were going to talk. So it was just like really friends talking.
It's real.
And it was real.
Real talk.
So, and it's not like we know everything. But just like Lydia said, if you've got any questions, just throw them up here, and then what we can answer, we can answer. What we cannot answer, we all get in there and Google or whatever. But one of the things that I want to end by saying what Jessy said, and I thought it was very profound. If you're a boy child, and I think Lydia, you said that as well, self-development is a personal choice. So don't sit there thinking, poor me. It's time. I always say, the moment you have the capacity to know that something is lacking and you're saying, poor me, at the same moment you have the capacity to grow. So it's up to you. So you have a choice. And I mean, of course, whatever happened to you is not your fault. Whatever happened or whatever you missed is not your fault, but it's your responsibility to grow. And so it is our responsibility, each one of us, to grow. So that's all I can say. And Lydia, thank you so much for this opportunity. And I love you so much for opening this platform, the forum, for people to have honest conversations about ourselves, And I'm just so grateful. And thank you so much. First time to meet you. First time to make us laugh so much. But also with a lot of insight. Yeah, it wasn't just laughter. There was a lot of insight that was coming from you. And I'm so, so grateful. Thank you, guys.
All right, guys, thank you very much. I'll just do this. Yeah, I've got fake eyelashes. I don't care. I bought them. They're mine. I use my own money. I didn't borrow money from anybody. So don't mind them. Yes, they're fake, but they're not. They're mine. So I want to say thank you to my producers. I love them so much. Triple Joe, he knows I'm calling him Triple Joe. So the other Joe, you know what I mean, if you're watching. So Triple Joe. And also Margaret, my darling, my very beautiful girl. So thank you, my producers, for this space and for making me look beautiful, as I always say. And we'll meet you tomorrow at SCKK. We have a program, Southeast, South Kenyans, SCKK, Southeast, really? Southeast Kenyans and Kent, something like that. Southeast Kenyans and Kent, SCKK. So we'll meet tomorrow. MC Jessy will be there. You see how I laughed? You've never seen me laugh like this. You've never seen me even saying I have got lashes. In case one fell, that's Jessy's fault. So guys, come tomorrow. There's medicine, free medicine, laughter. And I'll also see you on the 29th and 30th of July at Kenya and Friends in the Park. And MC Jessy will be there as well. Make you laugh again. And you want more laughter as well, follow him in all the cities that he's going to go. But it's not just about laughing. It's also about investment with Blue Vision, okay? And I can say for myself, I know the founder of Blue Vision, Mr. Lucas Kamau, is a very genuine man. So you're not investing in hot hair, like they say, hot hair. It's not hot hair, it's real. So thank you so much, guys. I'll see you again next week on Wednesday at Omega TV UK. And watch very soon. We'll be in Sky 181. So follow us there, Sky 181, very soon. My name is Lydia Tetolette. Signing out, and we always say, it can only be God. Love you guys. Mwah. See ya.